Have you ever opened your pay stub, saw how much got taken out, and thought, okay, fine. But then you found out later you missed a deadline, a match, or a benefit, and you're like, wait, I lost money, and I didn't even know I was losing it? That's the kind of problem I'm talking about today. My name is Max, and I'm going to make this simple. Because these hidden taxes are exactly why people feel stuck even when they're doing everything right. Because you don't just pay taxes on your paycheck. You pay taxes in your life. Invisible costs, penalties, friction, stuff that quietly eats your money unless you build a system to catch it. Now you might be thinking, but Max, taxes are taxes. Sure, I'm using the word tax because these are unavoidable if you don't notice them. And most people don't notice them until years pass. Here's what most people don't realize. Wealth building isn't just about how much you make. It's about how much of your money actually stays under your control. And modern life schemes a little off the top in ways that don't feel painful. So let's break down 6 hidden tax traps and what to do about them. Hidden tax number 1, the convenience tax. This is where it gets really interesting. Convenience is not just one fee. It's a stack. Delivery fee, service fee, higher prices, tips, add-ons. Would you like to upgrade? And because it's spread out, your brain doesn't register it as real expenses. Simple math. If convenience costs you an extra $10 twice a week, that's $20 a week. Over a year, that's about $1,040. Over 10 years, that's $10,400. That's not a latte problem. That's a lifestyle problem. Action step. Create a convenience rule. Not never. A rule. Like delivery once a week, pick up the rest. Or convenience is allowed only when you're buying back time, not because you're tired and scrolling. Hidden tax number 2, the information tax. This one makes me slightly frustrated because it's not even about spending. It's about not knowing the rules. People lose money simply because nobody explained the system, and companies are not rushing to explain it to you. Here's an example. Employer retirement plan matches. The one inside many workplace retirement plans. If your employer matches and you're not contributing enough to get the match, you're leaving money on the table. It's basically a raise you only get if you opt in. Let's put numbers to it. Salary, $70,000. A 3% match is $2,100 a year. If you miss that for 5 years, that's $10,500 you'll never see. And that's before any growth over time. And then there's vesting. This is what many people don't know. Some matches don't become yours until you're there a certain amount of time. So people leave a job and later realize, oh, I didn't actually keep all of that. Now you might be thinking, Max, are you telling people not to leave their jobs? No, I'm telling you to know the date. Know the schedule. If you're planning a move, that vesting timeline is important. It's part of your compensation. Action step. If you have work benefits, spend 20 minutes this week to learn your match percentage, your vesting, and where to find your plan. That's it. You don't need a finance degree. You need awareness. Hidden tax number 3, the mistake tax. Late fees, overdraft fees, renewals you forgot about, interest because you missed a due date. This isn't because people are irresponsible. It's because life is noisy and the system is designed to punish oops. And here's the part people underestimate. The mistake tax isn't only money. It's emotional energy. One mistake makes you feel behind, and when you feel behind, you spend worse. Action step, kill oops moments. Create a separate account just for recurring expenses. Do a monthly audit. Look for hidden increases to be corrected. Hidden tax number 4, the inflation tax. Inflation isn't just prices going up. It's your routine staying the same while prices quietly change. Groceries are the easiest example as it happens in tiny increments. Your usual cart is suddenly $18 more, then $12 more, and you don't notice because you're buying the same things on autopilot. Let's say your grocery spend quietly rises by $25 a week. That doesn't feel dramatic, but that's $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year. Over 10 years, that's $12,000. And that's before the trips for one thing and leaving with 6. And cars have their own inflation tax. Not just fuel prices. It's the maintenance spiral. One small issue gets bigger because it got ignored. Or you keep going to the same overpriced shop because finding better feels like work. Action step. Run a 2-part inflation reset. First, groceries. Pick 5 items you buy every week. Set a target price for each. If the price jumps, swap brands, stores, or the item. Go in with a list and one default meal plan so you stop buying extras. Second, auto costs. Find one good mechanic. Price check your next service. Use fuel-efficient routes. Combine errands into one trip, saving fuel and time. The goal is not to micromanage. It's to stop paying whatever costs by default. Hidden tax number 5, the interest rate tax. This one is brutal because it charges you for flexibility, carrying a balance, financing purchases, buy now, pay later. It feels small monthly, but it's a high-cost tax on your future. Here's the simple truth. If you're paying 20% interest, you're running uphill with weights on. Even a few $1,000s at high interest can cost you hundreds a year and keeps you treading water. Action step. You don't have to be perfect. You need a plan. Pick one balance to attack. Automate extra payments for after payday. And if you're juggling multiple payments, focus on the highest interest first. Hidden tax number 6, the exhaustion tax. This one doesn't show on a statement, but absolutely in your life. When you're tired, you stop making smart decisions. And when you stop making smart decisions, bad spending happens. Convenience spending. Impulse spending. I deserve it spending. Not because you're weak. Because you're human. Here's what most people don't realize. The goal isn't willpower. The goal is defaults. Defaults protect you when your brain is cooked. Action step. Create one default meal, snack, and no add-ons at checkout. No apps that tempt you after 9 p.m. No browsing when you're stressed. Now let's zoom out. If you reduce spending by $20 a week, stop 2 fees a month, and cut interest costs, you easily gain up to $400 a month. That's up to $4,800 a year. And this part matters. Money growth isn't one dramatic move. It's removing unseen tax traps so your effort shows progress. So here's your challenge this week. 1. Find one invisible tax. Check your paycheck drains. 2. Fix one useless money leak. 3. Set one default to prevent an oops moment. Do those 3, and you'll feel momentum fast. Because you're taking your money back. Thanks for watching. To learn more about building wealth through smart systems, hit subscribe and like.